First item is approval of the August 10th, 2023 meeting minutes. If I could have a motion for that. A motion here. A second. All in favor? Okay. All opposed? Motion carried. At this time, we have opportunity for public comments. We'll open it up to the floor at this time.
Mayor, do you have any idea when the road's gonna be done?
The last thing they told me, sometime this year. That's the last thing they told me. I'm sorry. But,
Family said it was gonna be done before the parade too, didn't they?
yeah, I didn't hear that, but that's what I heard.
They said maybe before.
But that's what they told me. Sorry.
It's on the last leg though, it won't be, it can't be much longer, I mean,
You would hope. It is pretty close, but that's what they told me. All right, anyone else? Okay, next item is just my report. It's going to be just a very quick report. In the magazine Kentucky Living, which is put out by Clark Energy Cooperatives, in there is an ad that explores Stanton, which was a really good ad for this city. But they also had Best in Kentucky 2023, and so I just wanted to highlight. I think it's good news, even though it's up in the Red River Gorge. Basically, that's still county, and I think when they prosper, we also prosper here as a city. And I think when we prosper as a city, then the county prospers. They had various categories. One was destination, and the event was a road trip. And the Red River Gorge Geological Area got second place for that. They also had a category called outdoor, and there were 2 events that were rated there. Place for adventure, again, second place for the Red River Gorge Geological Area. And then hiking trail, the Red River Gorge got first place. And so in terms of nature, adventure, road trips, that's quite a bit of a destination. Now, I was able to be at the Kentucky State Fair in our regional tourism booth. And it's just amazing, from 10 o'clock to almost 3, it never stopped. I think I got to sit down 3 times before. My feet were they were aching a little bit. But the good news is that there were so many people that stopped by and said, well, I've been to the Red River Gorge, or I've been to Stanton. And that was, pretty exciting to hear. And others, stopped by to get, we gave out so much literature. It was just unbelievable. It's just crazy. But one thing I think that stood out for me is that people know the Red River Gorge. They know Natural Bridge State Resort Park. And of course they know Stanton, but we want them to know Stanton better, and so that's what we're working towards. So I think it's noteworthy for us to be reminded of that, and that's also good news for us, I think, not only now, but in the future. I don't know the total figures in terms of the number of visitors that we had in this area, but sometimes I've heard 2 to 3 million, that come into this area. So that's a lot of people, just for this particular area. Okay. Move on. So we're going to kind of skip over one of those, but we need to determine trick or treat night, council. As we're looking back, Tuesday on October the 31st, which is a Tuesday, from 6 to 8 p.m. So do I have a motion to, get a motion and a second on that? All in favor?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
October the 31st, 6 to 8 p.m.
On a Tuesday.
Mhm.
Last year we put it on Saturday because the main road was closed.
Right, correct.
And it was, hard for kids to get around this
6
year.
to 8 p.m.
A lot of
That's on a Tuesday.
people was complaining about it. When it was on Saturday.
Yeah.
People didn't like it.
So
We have a motion and a second.
They're going
One of the main,
I was going to discuss it for a second.
Oh, yeah.
main reasons I think we moved it last year too was in our
the
area
detour.
to keep the Red River trucks from coming in.
Yeah.
Right there, which they do every single year, right there. And when
They're done about 5 o'clock though.
when I just passed one, turned them down the road.
I know, listen.
I'm just saying.
I know.
But there'll be 1,000 kids walking.
Yeah, I know there was a
On Maple Street?
detour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, last year the detour was the reason that they gave, cause I
Yeah.
asked,
Yeah,
you know.
because there was so many, we had the detour.
The big trucks were having to come through, but the
There's
Red
no
River Range.
conflicts on that Tuesday night with any of major events or anything like that?
Not that we know of, I mean, that's,
No,
I mean, throughout the.
no football games or anything like that on
Yeah,
Tuesday.
throughout the country, that's normally the date that it pretty much.
We change it, you know, sometimes because of church night, people don't want to
Yeah.
Wednesday night.
Like
people
next
don't
week, next year,
I
we're on
remember
Thursday.
that. I just want to make sure any conflicts with it.
Okay, we got a motion,
I'm good.
second, all in favor? All right. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. The Reed Court, which is up in the industrial park, needs to be resurfaced. I reached out to 3 particular companies, Walker, which we're familiar with, I think, Mark Reisner, he's out of Hazel Green, and then I reached out to Hinkle. So we got response from 2. The Walker bid is $21,793, and the Reisner bid is $28,850. So, I take a motion.
Make a motion to take Walker, it's the cheapest.
Second, all right.
Yeah.
All in favor? All right, motion carried. Any
And which
opposed?
part of the budget that comes out of?
The municipal road aid.
Okay.
And then we're going to, the next one, the Josh Pelfrey situation, we're gonna have a special meeting for that. We'll call a special
You want
meeting.
to table that?
Yeah, we'll table that.
Need a motion to do that?
We need a motion?
No.
No, you got it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Number 9 is the property tax rate increase. I'll have, Teresa, if you would just explain what we can do, and then we'll make a decision whether, yes, sir.
It's 0.108 right now, and it can be raised 4%, which would make it 0.112 without having a public hearing.
Well,
And that would gain about, what, per year?
About 4,100 a year.
well, I personally say since we gone up on sewer and water and garbage and that we skip this year on it. I mean, it's not a big money maker for us, but it may be stressful on people.
And if we were to go beyond 4%, we'd have to have a public hearing. and
I
everything.
100% agree.
Okay. You know that? All right, you have the motion on
Make a
that?
motion to keep it.
Keep it at the rate of 10 or
0.10.
I'll
0.01.
second that.
Okay, second. All in favor? Okay, any opposed? All right, motion carried. The second reading of the pay scale ordinance.
I think you all got a copy of it
Right.
last month, if I remember.
Mhm.
Did everything look okay? If not, just need to accept as the second reading of the ordinance.
Everybody good? Okay, so motion? Okay, motion second. All right. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion carries. And then the amended budget ordinance is for the Phase 1I, the I&I project. We have changed that from, to $1,312,500.
That's for the airport, right?
Yes, for the airport, yeah, first phase of our sewer project over there.
Okay.
Right. Okay?
So it's just the,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
need a motion on
Yeah.
that?
Got a motion? All right, got a motion for second, all right. All in favor? Okay, any opposed? All right, motion carries. And then the second reading of the insurance premium ordinance, which you should have that. And that is, let's see, we are moving our license, is that right? Yeah, insurance license fee from 5% to 10%, effective July 1st, 2024.
And that matches up with
Place six.
Clay
Clay
City.
City, yes.
Yeah.
This is the second reading on that.
That's the second reading.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, the motion, second, all right.
I'm just making sure it was 5 to 10%. That was the
Yes.
percentage
Yes.
was
Yes.
5 to
Yes.
10. It wasn't like 0.5 and 0.10. I'm just making sure it was 10%.
No,
Okay.
it's 5 to
All right.
10%. They'll give us second for.
We're on the first, March 2nd.
Okay, okay, all in favor? Alright. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. The vehicles resolution, we have.
Yes, we did. I believe I emailed, you guys should have got an email later today, about the surplus property.
I can't read.
We got two separate municipal orders relative to each vehicle. We're selling two vehicles to the fiscal court, $15,000 per vehicle.
Right. Yeah, we voted on one last time, and that was the Dodge Durango. And tonight is the Dodge pickup.
I don't think we took any action on either one, or it's for the minutes.
Yeah.
We
No,
talked
Scott
about-
was gonna work up the.
Oh, okay,
resolution.
gotcha. My fault,
Yeah, we
sorry.
talked about it.
And then they talked about using the money to pay off the vehicles that we have, the other vehicles.
The municipal order actually doesn't say what the money's going to be used for. I imagine it going to the general fund.
Oh, okay. I was thinking-
Grant. Grant?
Yes, sir.
Basically, from the sale of the vehicles, what kind of plan is there for the?
I just, put them on other vehicles, have, maybe pay, we're hoping to pay, one, maybe two vehicles off, but recheck on how much we owe on some vehicles.
Okay.
So we would just have to go through and approve that for them to pay, or we don't have to because it's only 15,000.
Which vehicles do we
What's the
own
deal? Yeah.
before, Grant?
That's that question.
So if we make $15,000 on each vehicle or for both?
It's,
Yeah, no,
30,000, okay. So we're gonna pay off some of the vehicles or part of the vehicles that we already have, our police vehicles. Do we have to come back here and approve that if it's a certain amount, or
To
can
pay it off, I wouldn't think so.
we just use the money from the general fund to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just going.
It'll go in the general fund,
Right.
and if they deem that they wanna pay them off, then that's their choice.
How many vehicles do we own? Do you?
And maybe that was for Teresa, it's been a while since we talked
I
about it.
think there's three, isn't there?
Three.
Like-
There's a couple things that did kind of some mishap, I think, for some reason, like the vehicle engine wrecked. Instead of putting insurance money on the vehicle, they financed the whole vehicle. So that vehicle potentially would have
I
been paid off.
think Chase's was like that too.
Yeah, I think potentially-
So instead of buying the new vehicle, we use the money.
Right, in the general fund, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why.
We're not gonna do that this time, so. Okay. So are we gonna need motions on both of those?
Motions on each one.
Second.
So you got 23001, could we say it that way, or?
We can, probably the way to do it would be to identify the vehicle that
Okay.
is the subject of each.
2015 Dodge Durango, okay. The first one is a 2015 Dodge Durango to sell to the Powell County Fiscal Court. Okay, you have a motion on that? All right, second. All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Okay, that's one. And the next one is the 2016 Dodge Ram 1500, also to sell to the Powell County Fiscal Court. I have a motion on that. Right here, and second, there. Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Next item is our city council vacancy.
I
And
wanna make a motion to, put Janelle Brewer's name out to fill that vacancy.
And I'd like to second that.
She was the
Okay.
next vote getter in the last election, and I think that's,
So I agree.
any other thoughts? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Okay. Any opposed?
Janelle wants too much.
Motion carried.
Yeah, I spoke with her, Joe.
I'll give this to Janelle, administer the oath of office.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You should have a handout on the ARPA funds, and that's just for your own information. That's the kind of where we're at. We have spent some on the ball field lights. And, there'll be more going out. Am I right, Tommy, on the ball field lights we're putting in,
Well, yeah, while we're on that, if you don't mind.
that's okay.
We have an RFQ, which is, request for quotes to install those lights.
Okay,
Take down the old one, rewire, install the new LED, and replace any wires that may need.
okay. Good idea.
I sent them to, Teresa has a copy, emailed copy of the but I'll pass this one around. This is the base one. If anybody wants to look at the request for quote. That's the request for quote.
And we have just finished up the drainage field out there, it's looking good there. The fence should be going up today or tomorrow?
Yeah, within this.
Or tomorrow, not today. Sorry. Tomorrow, hopefully. They'll be out there working on that.
There's need to be an additional electric work or anything additional,
No.
that's all.
No, LED pulls less.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a great
Matter
addition.
of
This is gonna be a great addition, really. It'll be good. And we got all the lights.
We've got all the lights ready to install. That will be our first RFQ out there.
Okay.
So we'll need a motion for us to approve the request for us to put out requests for bid, since it'll be over a certain amount of money.
Do you have people that you could send these to, or do they have to come to you?
We put it out on our Facebook page, and if we don't get anything, of course, we're gonna start calling around. Most of the time, we get enough bids that we don't have to
You want me to go ahead and do that for
well, we just need a motion for that one.
RFQ?
I'll make the motion.
Get a motion, second on that?
Second.
Second here. All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Good, motion carried.
And the second one, since we're on the request, is for we've set on this money for the dog park, so
Yeah.
we're gonna request quotes from go in, take out all the trees, we've marked what we wanna keep, and then fence the area in for the dog park, so the second one is for
So you want another
RFQ.
Okay.
So we'll have three, we approved one last month, but we'll have three going out tomorrow.
Okay.
We approved the security, the
At the
camera
approach,
stuff.
yeah.
And if you wanna look at a picture of what area, that back page has a picture of what area it's.
And everybody knows where it is, it's basically back there behind the soccer
Behind
field.
right field.
Right field.
Now Pine Creek has called me and said they're gonna put up a fence too, so
Are they gonna do the
they
whole
don't want
thing?
people crossing that area.
Yeah. I know she had talked to me and said,
Yeah, that needs someone to be targeting.
y'all good with it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have a motion on that. I got a motion here, a second. All right, all right, all in favor? Okay, any opposed? All right, motion carried. We have a zone change coming from the planning commission and at the corner of Bright and Breckenridge. It's a change from B2 business to R2 two-family residential. Any comments, any questions?
Now, where's,
It's right on the corner of Bright.
Where that used to be, what was it there?
Drive
That-
thing.
The drive, the old drive.
The vacant lot next to
Carlson
the
Terrace
drive.
old house.
That's
That's where
Is
my
there
dad
a-
used to drive.
Okay.
yeah, there used to be a trailer sitting there.
These built, it says new home, correct?
Yeah, what they're wanting to do is two lots, they want to do a home on each, and the reason they're asking for R2 is because R1, you have to have 10,000 square feet, and there's not 10,000 square feet on each of the two lots. But R2 also allows for single family homes, so if they can do a duplex or a single family, but they're wanting to put single family. And if you look at the rest of that part of town, all those lots are that small, where all the single family homes are smaller homes on smaller lots. So it'll be in character with what's around.
Have you seen my lots and my, and the Boone Street house? My Eve hangs over somebody else's
Right.
land, I believe, yeah, it's
So
fine.
they're good size for R2.
So, yeah, when you say that, and that was my concern, another question I had was the duplex part of it. You're saying they're gonna do single, but they have an option to do either if we approve that.
They could do either.
So my question was, if you do a duplex with, 2 to 3 vehicles per duplex, is there gonna be parking available there on?
Well-
And now you got 2 lots doing two duplexes.
Well, that's the thing, if they want to do duplexes, they have to meet all the requirements, so then we have to look at the lot size.
Would
and
that be
setbacks.
reevaluating setback too? That's how I'm
At the
asking.
point they applied for a permit, if they couldn't meet the requirements for a permit at that point, they would either have to ask for a variance or they couldn't permit.
Because that's pretty congested during school time.
But it, like I said, it does fit with the character of everything else around it, so it's not an unreasonable request for R2 for that. But yeah, we would have to look, make sure that they have all the requirements for a duplex, if that's what they ended up deciding.
Okay, any other? Anything?
We approve
Make
the
a motion second. Okay, all in favor? Okay, any opposed? Okay, motion carried. You should have also received an update that's been sent to you regarding the animal ordinance. Remember that we had an individual that was inquiring about a goat, and so this particular research by
I'll speak up first, I guess.
okay.
I don't want no goats.
Do you have it? Do you have
I don't think we should allow goats and sheep
Yeah,
in the city.
I mean, either. I've had goats before and they can be really stinky
I mean, we open ourselves up
to
to
more and more.
more. If we done a goat, why can't we do a pig? Why can't we do
Well, I've had a pig in town, I mean, well, I'm just saying.
Well, we
An
had
elephant.
a potbelly pig that stayed in our
Well, I
house.
have
It
a,
was like-
see, a goat is like I've had goats too,
Well,
you
we
know?
have too. we had alligators and armadillos.
Yeah, I know, you all had everything, so.
Long-
Tarantulas.
But,
As long as they're not allowed running around.
but, you know, I just think, and I know there's there's an amount of property, but, you know, the smell and just commotion with dogs next doors, you know, and I know it's supposed to be a solid
What kind of
fence.
smell are you talking?
Yeah. You never had a male goat, you know the smell. But, I mean, I just think, like say, you know, like where I live, there's plenty, you know, I have a big lot, but then where Rhonda lives,
There's no
they're
lots.
right here. And so you're gonna get, I mean, even a dog, you know, 2 or 3 dogs in a fenced yard, people that
Well,
don't clean
and-
up after them, you get an odor.
Yeah, and I agree, and within that rule that's proposed right now, the ordinance is that, you know, you have a certain amount of setback and you have fencing or whatever, and I'm not sure they would, with some of the lots as close as they are, would even meet the setback part,
Right.
and
Yeah.
consider some of those, so it's,
Right.
we'd almost have to evaluate it case by case.
That's the thing, they would have to meet the requirements in the ordinance to be able to have it, so if they didn't have the minimum square footage, it wouldn't be allowed.
But they could, you know, if they had it.
Right.
This is tough for me, y'all.
Well,
Tough for me,
Yeah.
I did write, let me make sure I heard that.
saying.
Yeah,
I mean, there's,
I did
we
s-
do have a horse farm right in the middle of town.
But it's not city limits.
That horse,
You mean,
No.
are you mean the Stevenson, the
Yeah,
Stevenson?
that's
No.
not, it's not limited to county.
How is that not counting
The
when I got 2
Stevens
houses
is not,
on?
isn't
Stevens is not.
Yeah, when you go down Derrickson Lane, when you go down Derrick,
No, she's talking about Stevens.
No, I'm,
Oh, yeah,
I'm talking
okay.
about
Yeah.
the Stevens with the
Yeah,
horses,
yeah,
right,
right,
on
right.
Maple
Or
Street.
it's
Yeah, that's
agricultural,
in the city.
but it's
But it's-
agricultural.
Well, no, it's residential, but it's been there.
Yeah.
His
so
grandfather
it's-
in.
It's not before, it's
But now
legal.
Lynn and Lynn's property is not in the city
It
limits.
says that
They
Their
never
house isn't, but
annexed.
the front is.
Or they used to not be.
They
I
used to
don't
live
know.
with where I could see them, but couldn't vote in for me.
Yeah.
This ordinance, I specifically put this in, it says a minimum of 5,000 square feet of open space, so their house doesn't count, they have to have 5,000 square feet of yard. And it
Yeah,
can't be
beyond
their-
the
and
house.
it can't be their
It's like
front
she
yard.
said, every person would have to, you would have to literally go out and see every single person that wants to go. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Well, I mean, basically, they would read this and go, oh, I can't have a goat.
now they.
I know. But if they don't read it, then they're in violation of the ordinance.
okay.
But I still, I
All right,
don't mind a chicken coop
council,
I'm
with.
willing to
send it back to him, or?
I'm willing to talk about chickens, but I don't know.
I'm not arguing for or against, I drafted this just so we had something.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not, yeah, we understand that. So you think 6 chickens is too many?
Yeah, I'm not prepared to make a decision.
Well,
I would vote against it right now.
Well, that's what we're doing, we're just,
Yeah.
this is more of a
Yeah.
discussion at this point.
It needs some more refining.
Yeah, and I think.
So
too, I
basically,
haven't
you're
talked to a lot
communicating
of People,
But, but you've got a person that's right now not following, he's out of
Right.
How long are we gonna wait?
Yeah, that's why he came to us.
Right.
It's-
Oh, yeah.
And what we're trying to do is
And he's
either.
trying to do the right thing.
Yes,
He
that
really
was
is trying to
great.
do the right
Yeah,
thing.
that was awesome.
Well, and he
Remember
said
in
he thought it was
November, we
that-
made people get rid of their
Yeah,
turkeys and their chickens, and they were not happy.
yeah.
Not all of them did.
I'd rather have a
Yeah.
goat next door to me than a bunch of chickens.
I will say, just
But-
to reiterate what I said last time, our nuisance ordinance addresses smell and that kind of
Right.
thing. And I do want to revisit it and update it as well. And we can add additional language in that or tweak that so it better addresses the issues with smell and things like that. I'm not saying that, you know, if you don't want to have goats, we don't, you know, we can change this. But that is a way that we could address that.
Does
If
this,
that was the
did this
concern.
man have a sheep?
No,
No.
He had a
Well,
goat.
no, but the sheep.
No, but-
He had chicken. He said he didn't care about the chickens, but the goat was like a pet, you know.
Like a dog.
Right, like a
lot of
dog,
people
and
have
everything's
them
a
as a
dog.
pet, like a dog.
Chris, is this?
What's it, a service animal? Is that what they call them? Things they carry around.
Well, we can have goats.
Oh my
That
goodness.
possum, we got possum.
Yeah, I know you
Chris,
do.
is this from an existing ordinance of ours, or did you?
This section, I took our section 5 from our ordinance, and the red is what I've added or changed, and the black is what I've left in.
It's already there.
Yeah, is that language somewhere else in another ordinance?
Well,
somewhere,
I
or-
looked at, I did research into other ordinances and kind of pulled from different places,
Yeah.
like what made the most sense or what was kind of common between different jurisdictions.
So there's other jurisdictions that allow
Yeah.
sheep and
See-
goats and.
Yeah, 6 chickens is pretty normal. And like if you go to buy chickens, they won't sell you under a certain amount because they're social animals and they won't sell you one. So there has to be at least, I think.
6, I think, 5 or 6, something like that.
Yeah, usually. So
Yeah.
6 is like that kind of magic number, like that's the least they'll sell you, but it's not too many. And then the goat, I found the stuff on goats, it was based on like the size and.
I would like to, you know, talk
So,
about
we'll-
nuisance and smell. Yeah, I'd like to talk more about that
Let's,
later.
Yeah.
let's table this, okay, till our next October meeting, all right? Thank you. Nice entertainment, you know, we have.
Yeah, some fun.
We want some goat sheep, goats, straight ass.
Exactly. What? I got enough cats in my backyard, there's mine. Okay, Tommy, any more park updates? Yeah.
No, I think we went over
Right.
all the bids.
Yeah, I'll get those on there.
Okay.
Council comments, anything from the council? And then the review of the August year-to-date budget, you see that there, July and August, 2 months already gone by. 10 more to go. It flies by fast. Yep.
On the budgets, I don't know if anybody else has any concerns.
I am concerned with sewer.
Well, I've got a couple.
Okay, what you got, Tom?
Well, the first one is the sewer, or what are we going to?
Sewer, you mean the sewer wages or the
Yeah,
sewer?
the sewer wages.
Where you at?
I know what we're doing now is,
Where we at?
page 2.
Page 2?
Yeah.
Huh?
Mainly, you look at wages, if you look at the summary, payroll summary, we've already spent 18,000 in 2 months on
Yeah.
the sewer.
The water wage, or
That's
sewer wages?
That's $100 grand, that's 60 over,
Yeah.
50 over.
Budget.
And I know we don't have any help, but what are we doing to not, because his overtime is more than,
Yeah.
Where is the overtime? Where do we,
it's right below the wages. Look,
oh.
Sit there.
Okay, it's not in this. We haven't added it up. It's just in hours.
Yeah, part of
no,
the issue
on the
was,
end, it's in-
part of the issue now
Oh,
was we had several leave, and all we had was Richard and Carlos. That's all we had for almost 3 weeks. And we even had the county had to help us on several occasions because we were just, there was just too many things happening at one time. So I have had a talk, with Richard, and then he'll kind of ease off a little bit, but then take off again. So, it is, something that we have to address, and we're very much aware of it. Now, we've got not quite a full staff, well, I guess we do now. We got two full, 2 part-timers in the water. Sewer's just really pretty much Richard's. And then we don't have a water operator yet either, so. So it was just kind of a situation where we were caught, and there wasn't too much we could do about that.
Is Rudd contracting out for us to?
He contracted out and he does his. Now, he's gone this week, so Richard has to do it. Yeah, he's the only one that can do it. Now, who's it, Joy is in training, but he's not ready to be out by himself at this time, so.
So is there an option available for us to
Well,
save some money in terms of maybe?
contracting it out is probably the best
That's
option
probably
we
the
got.
best option
Yeah.
versus paying him the
Yeah.
overtime.
Yeah. Exactly.
Craig, we talked about Craig before.
And I talked to Craig, and he did indicate when I talked to him that he was interested. Well, I called him back, left a message, and never called me back.
Was there any way that we can, put out get a bid or quote on, I'm just talking out loud, about getting somebody, basically like an on-call
For weekends.
for whenever that we wouldn't have to call Richard out on overtime to do it and just pay them.
Is Richard still doing the weekend, all weekend?
Yeah, that's, he's the only one
Yeah.
to do it. That's,
How do I get certified to do this?
well, it takes several years.
I just wonder if there would be contractors out there that would be willing to accept some kind of offer where they would do that, but at straight time versus overtime, just like they would working through the day to help cover for us.
I think they're out there.
Reduce
I
our
just,
financial liability.
I think that's probably our most viable option. So, if the council wants to go in that direction, I'll be glad to put some feelers out there.
On the weekends, it's my understanding, we're just checking.
He checks the tanks and the lift stations.
Unless there's an emergency
Well,
call.
I understand the emergency, but if he's doing can we get somebody doing just that?
If they're
Just a person
qualified.
that wants to work weekends.
Well, just to check the water,
Yeah.
that's not qualified.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Joey, he's been going with them, but to do it by himself, cause they have to look at them gauges and stuff on the tanks or
Who
something.
is it?
Joey Allen,
Yeah,
the one that we
Just
hired.
hired.
just hired.
Yep.
From what I was shown a few years back, it's not.
No, it's not rocket science.
No.
No, it isn't.
I don't know.
If it's changed, then might be right.
Yeah, a lot of
I've never seen
them,
what we had to go
even
through.
those that we kind of left us, they didn't want to do weekends, even though that's what they agreed to do.
They agreed that.
And so that made it real
So what
difficult.
was the amount right now we're dealing with, or just the grant?
Well, 16,000 already.
We're $4 off of regular pay and overtime pay. There's $4 difference. Right?
Exactly.
I don't know how to craft the motion, but it's,
380.
Well, I think, let me, kind of explore
Yeah, because I mean.
You know,
it's one thing
a
when
contract.
When you need a backhoe operator, we only got one.
Yeah.
But just.
Well, there are
regular
people out
tanks.
there that can do backhoe.
I'm just
You
talking
could
about.
contract them
regular
out too.
tanks. You're getting paid $4, what is it, 4 hours to,
4 hours.
Yep, you get paid
4 hours.
and Sunday.
4 hours either way.
but even that, they'd have to have the understanding of the reason why we're doing that in the
Right.
first place to get them to come in here, yeah.
Yes. You want me to explore it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be
Okay.
glad to.
It's worth looking into.
All right, I'll do that. Any other suggestions beyond that?
I mean, we're above budget bringing in, but that's not gonna do no good. We're not this much above budget, so.
We can continue down there.
Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. All right. One more, got some bids on patching, one for the city park, and then one for patching around the city. This is a second go-around. These are all different places, so if you want to look at them, I can give those to you. The first one's for the city park, so we'll need a motion on that. The ramp, from the parking lot into the our new acreage is going to be, we want to get that blacktopped, and that's $3,800. And that's through Smith Brothers.
Is it gonna stay grass in the other part, or we're gonna put a gravel?
Now, grass.
It's just gonna be grass right now until we decide.
Basically make a blacktop ramp up to the
Yes,
intersection.
correct.
Yeah.
And that's the Smith Brothers, which they do most of our work here. Right? Have a motion
What
on
was the
that?
cost again, Mayor?
3,800.
Concrete's more than that.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we found that out. All in favor?
Who seconded?
I'll second it.
Okay, sorry, I thought we got that, sorry. All right, all in favor? There we go. Any opposed? Motion carried. And then patching for, looks like about 7/8 Pine Creek Drive, Pearl Street, Lisa Lane, East Railroad Street, Graham Street, Riverview Drive, Church Street, Boone Street, Brown Street, and Bright Street.
You all, are they still patching?
Mhm, yeah.
There's, a place that's down there right as you turn on Clock Street. It's right there beside where the sidewalk
Yes.
is. It's really busted up right there and right.
Is
as
it
you-
is it the blacktop or is it,
It looks like the blacktop to me.
Joey told me it was the ditch.
Well, that's all around by, in front of Brother Hertz.
Yeah, Johnny's
Like where
place.
the- Yeah, right there in that.
But there's
curve.
one before that?
Yeah, like
Okay.
right where the sidewalk starts to droop down. I can't really tell whether it's part of the sidewalk or whether it's part of the road.
Okay.
But it's right in that area.
Probably both of them.
Yeah.
Well, we can look at that. Sometimes they do have some extra left over, and so we'll see if we can.
Are they gonna, now, I thought we talked about them repaving all of Railroad Street, or is this just gonna be patched?
Well, Railroad Street's already been patched.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was done the first round.
Oh.
We are not gonna be able to resurface Railroad Street until we get a new sewer line of 1,700 feet in there. It's gotta go underneath.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be in Frankfurt on October, hopefully, being able to get that. So the bid on that is $9,000 from Smith Brothers. Have a motion on that? Okay? And a
Does he
second?
have any other bids?
No. They're pretty much the only ones that do it right here. All right, all in favor? Okay. Motion
The
carried.
Sidewalk, or road, stuff like that, up there where they dug up where they had the bad leak across.
East College.
Yeah,
It's,
I
what's
noticed
his
the big
name?
cone.
Doug Dees is gonna do that. for us.
Okay, cause I saw the big orange cone was still there, and assumed that was in the works maybe.
Okay, we do need to have a special meeting, so what's your schedules for next week? Tuesday night, there's a meeting here, Thursday night, there's a meeting here.
Yeah, I can't do Thursday anyway, Kathy's having surgery.
This is for the, Josh Pelfrey,
What?
police officer. Who- You couldn't get it done today. How we looking, schedule-wise next week?
Next
I'm on Wednesday,
Thursday?
Thursday.
I can't do that
Thursday.
tomorrow.
What's your
Well,
thing?
Thursday
Board of
is,
Adjustments and
yeah,
zoning,
planning,
What
and-
time?
planning and zoning.
6 and 6:30.
Dixie can't do Thursday.
Okay.
On Wednesday.
I don't have my.
Tuesday
Tuesday's tourism.
Tourism here.
at 6:30.
Yeah.
What time can you get?
Tuesdays I can get here early. 4:35?
Yeah.
5 o'clock Tuesday?
I can
Yeah,
do that.
because I gotta be here Tuesday anyway. I'd like to get.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long, I think we should,
If we can do
Hopefully
4:30 to 5, I can do
right,
Tuesday.
Scott, we should have everything
It's a
pretty,
short window, especially if everybody's gonna be off tomorrow.
you know, think we can do
It may work out.
it? Okay.
Well, I guess we could set it, and then if not, we can
Yeah.
reschedule it.
For Tuesday,
What time Tuesday?
4:35.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, all right. That'll be a special meeting. We'll have to. Teresa's leaving us. Have vacation. So we'll have, Joey can.
That's all done. And
Yeah.
That is on Tuesday.
Yeah, Joy can do that.
Tuesday is
Six. I'm sorry, 19.
Yeah.
maybe it's just that stuff.
Better send me in.
This is what I'm saying, there's surgery on Thursday.
Okay, do I have a motion for adjournment?
We're doing all,
All right, got a motion second. All right, all in favor? All right, motion carried.